Kemper Profiler Tones and Talks. It's player season, and this is the Campfire edition. Hello, Thomas. How are you?
I'm fine. Hi, Tom.
You're looking forward to the summer and, the campfire season. You are there with an acoustic guitar. Why is that?
Yeah, in the player there are some acoustic rigs in there, so I think we should have a try on that too. And you're playing the bass, so we have some bass rigs also. So yeah, let's do something for the bass players and for the acoustic guitar players.
Maybe I just go quickly through it because there's not too much. I will share my screen. I brought in some bass rigs which are from the factory content, from the Dan Dean rig pack, and also the other bass amp is from the Franz Plaza rig pack, which is, I think, one of the first rig packs we did. Legendary producer from Germany. He has a Sun 300 amp in his studio. We profiled that, and you will be able to have a look. Immediately I show you my rig manager, and yeah, I put them here where you have the acoustic guitars, Thomas, I think. So
No.
and and the thing is, I could show it pretty simple. Here is the here are the rig packs, and here's the Dan Dean bass amp rig packs, and how it works. It's just like you say copy, and then you go to your player, and you would say paste. What I don't do, because I have also prepared these rigs for a short video, and so without any further ado, let's have a listen. You see that there's a compressor, a pure booster, there's the amp, and I did also a little bit experimenting with the liquid profiling there for the bass amps, but later to this one. Here's my bass.
Low.
What did you say?
Really low.
Low. Yeah, it's a drop D tuning. And yeah, you can see I put a little bit more into the amp, and have a little bit of EQ going on here, taking a little bit of the honkiness out of it, and that's basically it. And nothing fancy. And here's a little bit more like on the liquid profile side of things, because I used a Fender Bassman normal tone stack to edit this rig from the Dan Dean profile set. And that works quite nice with also with the gain. And with the Franz Plaza amp, I did something for the metal friend. If you play really low, you have a pretty compressed but clean bass sound. You can get some distortion out of this one. Here's the Sun again. And here's one more time the Dan Dean. And that's basically it. If I so I'm back here. The good thing is, again, with the with the app, you can access the tones. I don't know if you've seen that matrix here, so I can.
Which platform?
Switch very conveniently, and I mean for the rehearsal room or when you're recording. Seamless. Becker. So we will put these up onto the Rig Exchange, and you will be able to find them. And yeah, so that's so much for the first few bass rigs you could utilize for recording. And so if you would play with a band, you would have to deal with the compression and stuff and the levels, of course. But yeah, I did some test recordings with this, and this works very nicely. And yeah, just via USB connect with your DAW and go. Then switch to guitar and add your next thing. It's really a nice thing. When you're traveling with a laptop and just a player, that's heaven, at least for me. So let me stop this rant and over to you, Thomas, with the acoustic guitars.
I don't like to do acoustic guitars now, because I think we should show the people what is in the player's content. So without changing anything, so what you get when you buy the unit.
All right.
Don't use the rig manager or something like that. So I will change to my rig manager. And go to bank 10 one. This is which is it, the purple one here. And yeah, we have 5 bass rigs. So this for me is the vintage stuff. Then a bassman, which is I don't know how you if you know that the German word, the Knackbass.
The pick bass.
So this is the bassman, but you can play it with the fingers too. Turn the tone knob down all the way. Then amp pack. Then bass driver from Dawn. Pick. Over the fingers. And this warm. So yeah, 5 rigs for maybe for guitar players who like to record and have some bass sounds. I've always used the profiler for bass recordings. I've used when I make some demo stuff of anything, songs. I always use sometimes a Marshall amp. So for the distorted sound and mix it with the direct signal, when you can split it, go from the direct out into another channel of the my Apollo here, and I have two signals, one direct signal. Maybe I use some amp plugins and one profiler signal, mostly with distorted amps. So just to add some grittiness to the bass sound. Sometimes really fuzzy sounds, as in the last episode when I throw that rig at you, with a fuzz tone, without some lower frequency. So if you record, just a small tip, if you record bass tracks, always take the direct signal and check out when you stack these sounds, check out with the low end. So if you have a distorted sound, maybe cut the low end, and with a direct signal you can use the low end, so that's not too much muddiness in the lower frequency range.
Yeah, true. Absolutely.
Okay, that's about it from my perspective from the bass.
Yeah, and I would like to add one thing. You said it's for guitarists who also like to play bass.
Yeah.
But it's also, I think, for the bass players who are, traveling around a lot, because you can have your bass tones on there and, loads of them. And you're pretty well equipped, because you can also send to FOH the via the XLR cable,
Yeah.
your full range signal, and you can send without the cabinet your stuff also to more channels, so the mixers can put these together. And also for recording, the player has 4 in and 4 out, so to say. So for reamping, this is also a pretty cool solution.
Yeah.
And when you're playing stages, just plug into the PA and decent monitor system, and you're good to go, because with the effects and the possibilities with the rigs, you should be pretty happy. So give it a try, I say.
For bass players, they are not that crazy as guitar players who need 10,000 sounds and 5,000 effects. The bass player has just one sound, maybe.
Well,
And
talk to the guy from Muse and
from Muse, okay,
and guys like this. So
or the guys from, there's a German band called the Intersphere. You need to hear them, and everybody from them has huge effect boards, and I think the bass player also, and they make great sounds. So great band, and so of course there are much bass players who are using effects, but for the bread and butter stuff, it's totally easy, and it's really small. And for acoustic guitar players, what do you think? Should we do some acoustic stuff?
yeah, throw some wood around.
Okay. Campfire.
Yeah, so we're getting into the organic section, people.
Yeah. So we are going
Channeling your inner bass.
manager and go to 9.1. Here's a profile from Bert. Yeah. You hear it?
Yeah. Pretty cool.
It's really nice.
Wow.
I really on stage I'm using Bert's acoustic profiles. They are really amazing, and using that with different acoustic guitars. And there are some tips from me for using acoustic guitars, because you might hear it now when I'm changing to acoustic A, next profile. It's a bit lower from the volume. So acoustic B. Acoustic C with air chorus. Acoustic D. So the problem is with using acoustic guitars. Yeah, acoustic guitars have really different output levels. So it's not as with electric guitars, where we have humbucker pickups and single coil pickups, and the level is a little bit like this. With acoustic guitars, it's I think like this. So I have in this guitar, it was the Anthem system from LR Bax, and it's a little lower output than the original one which I had in this guitar with a piezo pickup and a magnetic pickup. So I need to turn the volume up on that. So when you have just some people are playing electric guitar, changing to acoustic guitar. I'm doing that often on stage, and you need to turn up the levels then and adjust the levels that it's at the same level for electric guitar and acoustic guitar. And for my from my perspective, this is the acoustic guitars with that guitar is too low. So especially on those rigs here, see acoustic A compared to Bert's, a little bit too low. So what you just need to do is turn amp volume up.
Where I might chime in here and say, and I just found out because I've been dealing with some of the level things as well during the last days. When you really crank up the amp volume too high, because it's amp volume, my experience is that you add some distortion.
Really?
So I'd rather recommend to use the rig volume
Okay.
for that. But this has to be verified. It just I wasn't able to really get into this, but it was my impression because I couldn't find out where the distortion happened. So I changed it to rig volume, and it was at least cleaner. So
And so
just something to look out for.
I didn't have that problem. I was
Okay, then it's all fine. Yeah.
just, but it depends. I think it depends on the guitar you're using. So for this Anthem guitar, it was no problem to crank up the rig volume up to 12. I had to make it even to the electric guitar sounds. And now I have the Godin with piezo pickup nylon string guitar, just to show you. More output. So this works. So that's nice. So amp volume is at 2.3. And now, adding some in these acoustic sounds, there are really normal, let's say normal reverb settings. For these special reverb settings, I would do this one. So this is really nice. And yeah, maybe a little bit more. So as we said in the last episode, the easy reverb is not that easy low budget reverb. It's a natural reverb, really
Yeah,
good
yeah, yeah.
natural reverb with very dynamic. Great sounding, great warm tone on the reverb. So yeah, I would do that stuff to add some more atmosphere on the acoustic guitar sounds, not for strumming, but for these nylon picked stuff. So yeah, and of course you can get all the other stuff in the rig manager as you did with the bass profiles. You see, where is it? It's in Baird's rig pack. You have the acoustic finger pick. This is one. And then we had some acoustic rig packs. No. Not here. I thought we had that. But it was, maybe it's in the legacy profile pack somewhere. Kemper Factory, here we are. And going with cabinet. Here are some, these are some bass rig packs, bass rigs. No. Somewhere.
They are in between there. You have
Yeah.
to.
We need to search.
It's not a consistent name labeling to find the acoustic rigs. That's why, and but they are in there, and just just search what's out there, and also check out the rig exchange as well, because there's also some interesting stuff to be found.
Yeah,
Yeah, and just beware, you know, effects-wise, you might be in the situation that you have to deal with the stuff, adding it yourself. But the money shot for acoustic sounds is most definitely, you know, the amp and the settings that have been used to address the acoustic guitar pickups directly in a proper way.
and sometimes I've used to have one. I think I find it. It's in the bass rig pack. Oh, this is something. Oh, here's you don't like to see bass rigs. I think the rig manager don't like to work today.
Yeah, in the profilers, of course, you can switch to show only bass rigs. And maybe then, I haven't tried here, show only.
Yeah, okay. They changed it. They changed it some times. So there's one bass rig called the Red DI. It's a profile from a DI box, and that works also great with acoustic guitars. So you can maybe check that out. And maybe some bass rigs too, because when they have a full range amp, it works also fine. Yeah. So different stuff. What I often do is use two compressors. not at the same time, just to change between finger picking sounds and strumming sounds, to have them leveled out for the band, for band sounding. So this is something what I really recommend to do, to have two compressor setups and maybe yeah, switch them on off or switch between them too. You can also do that and do that in the profiler play.
Yeah, cool. Again, if you bring 2 or 3 guitars and have the player with you and you're pretty organized, you'd be able to blow some people's minds musically, playing wise, sound wise as well. So would be interesting to hear also some feedback from you guys from the road experiences on the road and live on stage, how the player works for you, and if all the things, the sounds that are in there, if they translate for you when you're using it in your band rehearsals and on stage as well. Have you taken it to stage yet?
Oh, I didn't had had a stage.
Also, you had no
I
shows
was
yet.
on
I mean,
vacation.
yeah, that's usually the thing in January. It's
Yeah,
the quiet month for live stuff,
yeah.
pretty much.
So next gig is, I think, February. I need to check it out. I need to do some adjustments because I'm for this set with the guy I'm playing, Andy, and I have really fixed effects, and it's a lot to program and reprogram for the player. So I think I will do this gig with the profiler stage and take the time to reorganize the Legends Tribute collection. I think
Okay.
everybody will be happy
Yeah.
if I do that instead of programming the player for this one gig.
Yes, of course, and yeah, and also it's not it's not mandatory now to show up with the smallest gear possible. It's important and mandatory to show up with a gear that's appropriate for the gig and the show, and that's not the purpose to do now everything with the player, because if you have the stage, you have the switches, everything you're used to, and that's all fine. And it's just the next level in terms of accessibility and sound design possibilities. The player is just there to give you a quick start and the bread and butter stuff for every day, everywhere.
I,
And yeah,
I definitely will have the player with me at every gig when I'm using the profiler stage, just for backup and to have something going when something is going wrong. But knock on wood, in all the time I'm using the profiler, I think it was, yeah, it's more than 10 years on stage everywhere. It never fucked up. Sorry for that.
uh-huh.
Yeah, every
Yeah,
every it worked.
wonderful. Now this video might be blocked by YouTube because
Sorry.
it's not
I will-
child appropriate anymore. No, maybe I can beep it. No problem at all. And yeah, that's awesome. And also if you have the player with you whenever a guest is coming up, if John Mayer is in town and he's like, I'm jumping up on stage and doing something with the guys. There you have an amp for him, so no problem. That's also the good thing. Yeah, okay. So I guess that covers it for this episode. And thanks for listening. Thanks for all your input and your support, Thomas. And thanks for the beautiful acoustic guitars. This was pretty impressive. And yeah, see you next time. Trying to answer more questions and share more experiences and tones and rigs. Thanks a lot. Bye.
Bye.